y'all. It's Women's History Month. Okay, so I want to know. I need y'all to drop your comments below. I need you to inbox us. I need you to DM me. What kind of history have you made this month? Because as a woman, we make history every day. Y'all, whatever we do, wherever we go, whatever we say, we are making history because God just created us that way. God created us to be the one to go out. Look, y'all, we bear the children. We have to go through the pain. We got to go through all this stuff. So he automatically created us to handle what's going on because we don't flinch in the sign of, look, let something come at us. We're going to be looking at it like, what? Now what? What you got? So that's how we are built. Think about all the women that have prayed for you. Think about all the women in the Bible that God, they just knew something was going on. They just prayed. They prayed. You know, we don't really hear a lot about the men praying the way that a lot of the women pray. So we know that we are created to pray and seek God and seek his face on behalf. And the crazy part, let me throw this out here. Y'all, stop feeling bad about seeking God for yourself. Think about how many women went to the altar for themselves. I just want to leave that there. I want you to think about that. Think about it. I'm not throwing no names. I'm not throwing no shade, but be okay. But going to that altar for yourself because this is the season for you to get out there and do what you know God has called you to do. And if that is the case, you start going to that altar on the regular. God, what do you see for me? God, what should I be doing? God, fill me with your Holy Spirit. Fill me with divine revelation of where I should be going. God, give me what I need to go to that next level. Because guess what, God, if you are intentional about what you are doing, you're going to start seeing God move in a mighty way. And I know good and well, y'all didn't, I didn't even plan to say all that. I don't even know where all that came from because, you know, we got our guest is already here. Y'all, I'm so excited because I got none other than, I'm not sure if I can say what I normally call her, but she is the jewelry princess. I'm just going to say that. She's our jewelry princess. And she, whenever we need some bling, we know who to go to. And if you show up without some, she gonna like, hold on, I got some in my bag. Because that's how she roll, honey. She got it in the bag for you. So I'm getting ready to bring up my girl, none other than Miss Who? Amy Philpott. What's up, girl?
Oh, I'm wonderful. How are you? I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Me too. You know, it's so exciting when I get to interview people that I know for real because I get to ask the questions and then I have to think about before I ask the question. Can I ask the question? Can I say this? Can I say that? And so it makes it so hard. But you know, when we are together, it's just like there's nothing that we don't talk about. So
That's
it's
right.
like for those of you that don't know you, they see you. I know they see you all over Church Girl CEO. They see you all over the place, but they really don't know you. So I want you to tell the people that are watching, tell the people that are seeing you for the very first time who you are, what you do, but most of all, why you do what you do.
Well, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. And so I am Amy Philpott. I am the steward of Wayside Gems. That is my jewelry company, and I absolutely love doing it. We're going into our 10th year. I am a wife and a mom of 4 amazing kids. You guys, if you follow me on social media, there's a good chance that you have seen all their videos and stuff. I am also an international speaker and business mentor. My heart and my passion truly is to be with moms, to help them with that transition from going to that from the corporate world into that stay-at-home mom, running my own business type of world. Because I had no idea after sitting in the executive suite for years and years and years, what a huge transition being a stay-at-home mom would be. And so I want to kind of help moms do that so they can find something that they're passionate about that they can do that's not going to jeopardize time with their family. Because, you know, that saying of, you know, I quit my 40-hour, 5-day-a-week job just to work 24/7, you know, that doesn't fly with me. And I'm like, you're doing it wrong. So we're going to help you do that. And that is kind of really what I'm passionate about because we do come home to be with our families. You know, my son he's now 11, almost 12, and my oldest. And when he was 6, he said, driving home, and he said, "Mom, you don't spend enough time with me." And it hurt my heart because he was right. And we knew that we were going to have to make a change because we did not sign up for this, that we'd have this routine of pick up from after school care and homework, dinner, bath, bed, and just repeat, and maybe if we were lucky doing something fun on the weekends. And so 4 years ago we made that happen, and a little over, I guess it's been about 4.5 years now, where I am doing paparazzi full time. I am and I don't mean like full time, but I mean just like this is mainly what I do. Also an author, and doing all the business mentoring, and I have all the time in the world for my family. Um, since I came home, um, we have bought a new house. We had another baby, so life is pretty good. God has blessed us that this is definitely was the right choice for us to do, and my husband is also an entrepreneur. He owns his own IT business, and we didn't have that backup of a corporate insurance or a corporate career. It's solely based on what he does. So we are living the life with two entrepreneur parents and raising our 4 kids, serving out in our communities, and our kids doing the same thing. So we we love it. We absolutely love it. And I want people to know that they can do this. They can do this too, and be happy.
Yes, indeed, because I have seen you in your posts and I've seen how your kids are involved. But one thing I wanted to ask you, and just because some mompreneurs might not think that this is a good practice or why should they do it, but why is it so important for you to involve your children in your business and having them, for lack of a better term, being the face of parts of your business? Why is that so important to you?
Well, it's important to me because so many times people will come up with the biggest excuses or the smallest excuses not to do something, and for me, I'm a no excuses type of person. There can be explanations, absolutely 100%. But to have excuses for, I could easily say, I have 4 kids. I could not do this. But I'm going to incorporate my family into the business because we came home, or I came home to do this so I could be with them. And all these things that they are very involved in, it teaches them things. It taught them patterns. It taught them addition, subtraction. It taught them how to count change back. It teaches them social skills, how to talk to strangers, how to talk to people they don't know, how to listen. Clara is 8, and we have some folks that come over here, on a regular basis. And when we shop for jewelry, she was like, she can call our clients out and be like, Mom, we got to get this for so and so. We got to get this for so and so. And, it just it builds them confidence. It shows that my business isn't more important than them. This is what we do. But it also gives them value that they are part of it. They wanted me to come home and they want to, we are doing this. They've seen me doing this, had been seeing me do it. When I first started this company, I only had 1 kid. So, and now 4. So they're very much a part of it because I'm not going to let what most people might use as an excuse to be an excuse for me. And I try to help women who want to use these excuses, that they don't have time, they don't have, they don't have the money to start a huge corporation. And you don't have to. You start with what you love, and then you figure it out. You start with a plan, and you figure it out. So that's kind of like why my kids are so much involved in what we do. It's kind of cool because they get recognized when we go out in places that they see us from the shows, and they think that's really neat. They're like, we're kind of famous, and we're all about family. So you'll see different things that they do. Frank and Clara really kind of do help out with the jewelry side of things. Sam has his own comedy series. So, but we're just showing that it's all about family, and we're not going to use excuses to hinder us. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. And I have actually seen this in person. I have seen it in action. Now I'm gonna tell you the funniest live that I have seen them do. I think they came on, I think you had Clara, and all of a sudden we heard this buzzing in the background. She said, okay, y'all, we got to wrap up. We got to go take some cookies out the oven or something, y'all. I thought that was the cutest thing. But the thing is that it also showed us that our families and our lives have to still go on, and that you are
Right.
a real person. You doing life with your children. And you
Right.
know, and I said all that to say too is that not only does it build your family, does it build relationships, but one thing that I have seen, how important is your faith and your family to the success of your business.
It is absolutely I'm actually writing a book about that right now, coming out just in a few weeks. And the jewelry that we do, that it's a tool. It's absolutely 100% a tool. Our faith is the foundation of our business. It is a way we are called as Christians to know Jesus and make him known, and to go out and share his love and be his hands and feet. And this company has been an amazing opportunity to witness to other people, just about who Jesus is and how much they are loved by him. And it connects other people. We've met so many people that we can pray over, that we've prayed with, and hearing their testimonies and them turning around and doing the same thing for other people has just been a huge blessing. Our kids are very grounded in their faith. And I love that they pray with each other. They pray with their friends over real life things. And they are compassionate about anytime they see a veteran or a police officer, they're running up and asking them how they can pray with them, and to pray over them. They could pray with them. You know, they'll come home jacketless from the playground because some kid didn't have a jacket, and they know that they got another one at the house. So they'll just give it away. They just have like that servant heart. They serve in the community, they serve in the church, and and it all starts with their faith.
Absolutely, because they'll be like, Miss Deborah, you got to come see this. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I guess I got to. I love her kids. Her kids are so grounded. They don't seem like, they're not like that average kid. I mean, they're kids. Don't get me wrong. They kids.
Right.
They are definitely grounded in their word, and it is so cute to see them in action. Now, another thing I wanted to ask you too is that you said that getting into this business is easy, or not easy. Let me just not even say that, because starting no business is easy. That's false advertising. I will never look. Let me retract that for myself. As a mompreneur, what tip would you give them? Maybe one or two tips if they are trying to figure out what to do. They want to start their business, they want to get into business, but I got a newborn. I'm the only breadwinner in my house. What advice would you give them to enter into this whole mompreneurship? Is that the word I should use? I think that's right.
That's it. So the first thing that I would definitely encourage people is to figure out what they are passionate about doing. Do they want to provide a service type of business? Do they want to have like a physical product like what I do? Or what is it that they want to do? Do they just want to be a content creator? And I don't know, post silly videos, but serious, just kind of have fun with it. You got to figure out what they want to do, and figure out a plan and help them get a plan in place so that they can achieve it. People see that, well, you came home and you were doing this. I said, yeah, but when we made that decision, it took 8 months. 8 months. And, I couldn't look at it like this. I had to look at the big picture. 8 months is such a short amount of time in the long scheme of things. So that's one of the things that I would tell people to do. Figure out what you love to do and what you want to do, and is there a market for it? I recently met with another client, and she was really passionate about 2 or 3 different things, and I said, well, go out and find a market. See, what's the market like? Is there a need for this? Are there other people doing it? And just because there's other people doing it doesn't mean you can't do it, because you're going to add your own unique and spin to it. So I don't ever discourage people to not do something because somebody else is already doing it. But to figure out, because if you just like something that's really kind of random and there's no audience for it, well, you're not going to make any money doing it, and you're not going to serve I can't think of the right word that I'm looking for, but I think you guys know what I mean. There's no point in starting a business if there's no market for it. So we kind of figure that out, figure out a step-by-step plan on how to get you there. Whether, I don't have the startup money to start my own business. Okay, well, let's figure out how much it's going to cost to start up. Well, let's look at your budget and we can figure out how we can save $5 or $10 or maybe $25 a month, and then get a plan in place to stick to it so that, 6 months down the road, you're ready to rock and roll and you can dip your toes in while you're still working. Dip your toes into that entrepreneurship, see if it's for you. And, most of the time, when people can start slowly and kind of just dip their toe into the water a little bit instead of doing a head dive, which I think is a big mistake. When they tiptoe in, then they can say, "Oh, I got this," and they get a little braver, and they try a little bit more. It was kind of like Sam when we opened the pool. He would just stay on the steps, and then he'd go down one more step as time went on, and one more step. And by midsummer last year, he's doing flips off the diving board and he's running and jumping in head first. But he couldn't do that when we opened the pool. He was too scared, too timid, had to take those little baby steps before you could get to the bigger steps. So that's what I would encourage moms out there to do. And figure out how your kids, if it's your kids that you don't have the time, figure out what that time frame looks like. How many hours can you commit to this? Let's try 4 hours a week, and let's see if 4 hours a week works. And that's where you just start. You got to start small with short, small, attainable goals that you can see and you can hit like this, instead of saying, "Oh, well, I need to make 150,000 a month." Yeah, you're not going to do that. I mean, that's just the reality of it. You're not going to make $150,000 a month jumping out of the gate, jumping head first with no business sense and no clue what you're doing. So can we work you up to that point? Absolutely. But let's take the baby steps first.
That is so amazing, because that is so true. And it's like, one thing I like about Amy is that Amy can put things in perspective for you that make you feel like, "Ooh, that don't seem so daunting." And that's really what this whole jumping into this whole entrepreneurship space, because it definitely is not for the faint at heart. So one thing, and you know how we gonna wrap this up. I got to ask you my favorite question. When you hear Church Girl CEO, what does that mean to you?
Oh, I love being part of Church Girl CEO. You're making me cry, Deborah. And I love that there is an organization out there that it doesn't matter what you look like, where you live, where you come from, what you do for a living. Our mission and our goal is simple. It is what God has called us to do. We are as women and as business owners, we are already in a position of leadership, and we are used to speaking to people, and we're used to talking to people, sharing about our businesses. But now we get to do the biggest thing ever. We know Jesus, and we get to make him known to people who may never hear anything about him from anyone else or anywhere else. We get to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And that is what I love most about Church Girl CEO, is that all differences that we may have aside, we all love Jesus, and we all want to share his word and his love with everybody we get a chance to meet and talk to.
Okay, look here. You're going to get them tears together, girl. You're going to get them tears together. All right. So, thank you so much, Amy, because I could not do what I do without you, because you are definitely one of the pillars of Church Girl CEO. Y'all, she the only one that get recognized when we go out. She the only one that people walk up to her. But, I love it. I love it. I love it. So tell everybody, how can they get in contact with you, our paparazzi princess?
Okay.
How they get in contact with you?
Okay, so very easy. You guys can find me on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/the Wayside Gems, or Wayside Gems VIP on Facebook. Also on Instagram, it's just Wayside Gems, all together, one word. And you can see all of our stuff there. You can always email me at thewaysidegems@gmail.com. And, you know, all our other contact information. If you're here locally close to us, we do have a store in Shelbyville, Tennessee, where we do the jewelry. If you're interested in partnering with me for coaching skills, or for business skills coaching, I'm also available for that as well. You can just shoot me an email, like I said earlier. But I'm here for you guys. Message me through Facebook or Instagram. And, you know, that's it. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. And Deborah, thank you so much for having me join you today. This has been a huge, wonderful blessing. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, y'all know it's that time, and y'all know how we do. We've had fun, but guess what? We gotta go. I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great one. Peace.